Secure love feels like the peace God desires for your relationships, a quiet steadiness that helps your nervous system unclench. It's the feeling of finally being able to release the tension you carried for years, the kind you didn't even realize was living in your shoulders, in your chest, in the racing of your thoughts. It's the warmth of knowing you don't have to earn your place in someone's heart. When you learn to trust in God's unwavering presence, trusting people becomes less overwhelming. You begin to see that not everyone is here to harm you, and not every connection is another disappointment waiting to happen. God models the kind of steadiness we crave from others, the kind that doesn't withdraw when things get difficult, the kind that doesn't punish your vulnerability, the kind that holds you with honesty and intention. Healthy connection grows in the same soil as faith, consistency, compassion, patience, and humility. It grows in the quiet choices people make every day. The choice to stay, to listen, to repair, to apologize, to show up even when emotions get complicated. A secure bond mirrors the calm and gentle way God loves us, not through grand gestures, but through faithful presence. Repairing after conflict reflects the grace God offers us moment by moment. You don't need perfection to build secure attachment. You don't need a flawless past. You don't need to pretend everything is fine. What you need is a willingness, the courage to acknowledge hurt, the openness to communicate, and the humility to repair. Emotional safety is sacred. It's a sanctuary, a holy space God created for the soul to rest and flourish. Trust grows where love is repeated in small, honest moments. A steady tone of voice, a consistent action, a gentle correction, an apology that is genuine, a boundary that is honored. Security doesn't demand perfection. It simply asks for presence, accountability, and emotional truth. In secure relationships, individuality is not threatened, it's celebrated. You learn that closeness and autonomy can coexist, just as they do in your relationship with God. Many with anxious attachment carry a tender, trembling heart that longs for reassurance. Reassurance God gives freely, and reassurance that healthy humans are capable of giving too. You're not needy, you're not traumatic, you're not too emotional. You're someone who craved steadiness and didn't receive enough of it. Anxious attachment is not a flaw. It is a wound that formed because your need for safety wasn't consistently met. God does not shame you for needing reassurance. He meets your fear with compassion. He understands the parts of you that worry about being abandoned, forgotten, or overlooked. He knows why your heart beats a little faster than others. Clinging is not desperation. It is your body saying, "Please don't disappear on me." Healing comes not from suppressing that fear, but from experiencing a love that doesn't vanish. You deserve relationships where your needs are met with care, not judgment, where you don't have to over-explain your emotions, where your presence is not tolerated but valued. Your worth was established long before your wounds formed. When inconsistency shaped your early years, gentleness becomes a balm to your soul. Reassurance becomes healing. Clarity becomes calming. Your longing to feel safe is not a weakness. It's a sign of your capacity for deep connection. Healing anxious attachment begins when you finally believe that calm love exists and that you are worthy of it. And when you stop chasing unavailable people, space opens for those who choose you with consistency, not confusion. You learn that love doesn't have to be earned through anxiety. It can be received through trust. Avoidance often forms as a shield, a quiet, unseen armor worn by those who had to grow strong too quickly. God sees the walls you built, and He understands why they were necessary. They helped you survive. They protected your heart when protection was all you had. But God also knows you weren't meant to live behind those walls forever. He gently invites you toward connection, not forcefully but patiently, knowing that closeness feels dangerous when your heart has learned to associate intimacy with pain. You learn to keep distance to stay safe, and that makes perfect sense. Avoidant attachment is not coldness, it's fear wearing a calm face. It's self-protection disguised as independence. Even guarded hearts are deeply loved by God. Closeness can feel frightening when the world taught you that opening up means losing control or being disappointed. But letting someone in doesn't erase who you are. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you needy. It makes you human. Avoidant patterns are survival strategies, not identity statements. They can be softened. They can be healed. In safe environments, your guard begins to lower, not because you're pressured, but because you feel understood. Vulnerability becomes a sacred offering rather than a threat. You learn that there are people who won't overwhelm you, people who honor your pace, people who create room for your heart to expand gently. You don't have to outrun love when love doesn't chase you with intensity, but invites you with patience. Healing becomes possible when you trust that gentle people exist, and when you realize God is guiding the process of helping you feel safe enough to be known. Organized attachment grows when love and fear come from the same source. It is born from unpredictability, from chaos, from emotional confusion. God sees the inner storms that shaped your reactions, the mixed messages that taught your heart to long for closeness and fear it at the same time. Your confusion was never a failure, it was survival. God brings clarity where chaos once lived. Healing disorganized attachment is not about blaming yourself for your reactions, but understanding where they came from. Your body learned to stay alert, to anticipate danger, to read the emotional climate of a room within seconds. You can trust a love that doesn't harm. You can trust a love that doesn't disappear. The chaos inside you can be calmed with time, safety, and consistency. Safety does not have to be mixed with fear. Love does not have to be tangled with unpredictability. You can unlearn patterns that once kept you alive. You can rewrite your emotional blueprint. Your reactions made sense in the environments you grew up in. They were intelligent responses to unpredictable circumstances. But God is leading you to a life where fear does not have the final word. Your body remembers fear, but your spirit can learn peace. Even if you weren't taught secure love, you can grow into it. Confusion becomes stability when love becomes consistent, when compassion replaces criticism, when steadiness replaces chaos, when God becomes your anchor instead of fear. God does not judge your attachment style, He understands the stories behind it, the heartbreak behind it, the childhood behind it, the longing behind it. He knows every wound and every defense mechanism you built to survive. Healing begins when you acknowledge the child inside who needed more safety, more presence, more connection. God meets that inner child with tenderness, not impatience, with understanding, not criticism, with compassion, not criticism. You can rewrite your attachment story through faith, through therapy, through safe people, through self-awareness. Healthy love honors boundaries, autonomy, closeness, and truth. Your attachment style is not your identity. It's a reflection of your experiences, not your worth. Healthy relationships reflect the gentle steadiness of grace. They reflect God's heart. They show you what love looks like when it's not tangled with fear. Generational patterns break when someone chooses healing, and that someone can be you. You deserve relationships that soothe your nervous system, relationships where you feel emotionally seen, relationships that bring peace, not confusion. You deserve consistency, reciprocity, vulnerability, and honesty. You were never too much. You were simply carrying too much alone. Healing is slow, sacred work. It unfolds in layers. It unfolds as you learn to trust God with the parts of you you've hidden. It unfolds as you allow your heart to be softened without being overwhelmed. It unfolds as God guides you into healthier patterns, healthier relationships, and a healthier sense of self. With God at the center of your healing, your heart can learn new rhythms. You can become secure, not perfectly, not quickly, but faithfully, gently, beautifully. Your relationships can become places of peace rather than fear. You can become someone who loves with openness instead of panic, with presence instead of avoidance, with clarity instead of confusion. Secure attachment is not a personality type. It is a transformation God is able to cultivate within you, memory by memory, moment by moment, breath by breath. You are healing, and heaven is cheering you on.